So if two residents are requesting to share a room with each other, this bill is saying that request would not be able to be denied if, say, it were to be two males wanting to share that room. But as I had mentioned, in our federal laws and in state, already in nursing facilities, a man and a woman would be able to be in the same room through you, if it wasn't a single occupancy room through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you for that. So I guess I'm not understanding the answer here. It's pretty simple. My grandmother is in an assisted living or in a nursing home, and I'm just going to put it down as an example because I think that's the best way to describe it. She's in an assisted living or a nursing home. She has 2 beds in her room. She's only occupying 1 bed. She is a biological female. She's maybe, I don't know, 90 years old. And a man comes in who's transgender that wants to occupy that other bed with her. Without the permission, now my grandmother, you know, old Italian, oh, no, no, no. I want to be with another woman. Can she deny and say, no, I don't want that man in my room? That's the best scenario that I can give you to answer my question. Through you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Shannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you, that resident, in this example, a grandmother, would be able to choose not to room with any person they did not want to, but in the way that the rules go, they could file a complaint with our long-term care ombudsman, and that request would be followed up with through the proper channels. Through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So I would have to disagree with that because the line before that says that you cannot deny. Let me go back to it, if I can find it here. You cannot deny a request by a resident to share a room. And if you look on lines 23 through 26, Madam Speaker, it says, in a facility where rooms are assigned by gender, assign, reassign, or refuse to assign a room to a transgender resident other than in accordance with the transgender resident's gender identity, unless at the transgender resident's request. Through you, Madam Speaker, can you please clarify that? Because when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I'm reading this correctly, and I'm hoping somebody can prove me wrong. My grandmother's 95 years old. She's in a room. She's an old Italian lady. She has traditions. There's a guy coming in that's he says, I want to share that room with this woman. This bill is saying that you cannot deny that request, and I'm looking for very precise clarification in this bill that cannot happen. Through you, Madam Speaker, can you please point that out?
Representative Shannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you, a request cannot be denied based on their gender identity, because that is already in our anti-discrimination law. So there would have to be some other reason for denying that request or having a room change. And with speaking with our long-term care ombudsman, it is also on the the person filing that complaint, they would be the ones to transfer their room. It wouldn't, so they would have to, they would find a different room through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you. So I am correct, although I was almost snowballed to thinking that I was not. But we dug down deep into this bill and we found out the truth is that, yes, you cannot deny this person the opportunity to stay in that room with my grandmother, even though she doesn't want to. And you're citing federal guidelines. But I will have to tell you that the rights of the LGBTQ community do not supersede the rights of a woman. I don't know if it's double rights, but you're giving them more rights than a woman. That's just wrong. That is absolutely wrong. This whole bill is discriminatory. You are saying that transgenders have more rights than women. And through you, Madam Speaker, can you tell me anything in this bill that proves me wrong? Through you.
Representative Shannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you. So this bill is not elevating LGBTQ+ seniors in any way above anyone else. It is just to ensure that they are fully included in the rights and protections that they have and throughout history have been excluded from. So we want to make sure that, and in law, we have, added specific protections for veterans or people with disabilities due to increased discrimination. And LGBTQ+ seniors have faced a life of battling that we want to make sure at the end of their life they can have that dignity, they can have peace, and they can be who they are to live out the rest of their life. Through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. No one is saying they can't be who they want to be. You can be whatever you want to be, as long as it doesn't infringe on my rights. I'm 100%, this is so wrong that the rights of a transgender person, LGBT community, supersede the rights of a woman. It's very clear. I can't even believe this bill is before us. It's discriminatory on its face. That community is already a protected class. So what are we doing in this bill? We are doubling down. It's not necessary. It's uncalled for. It's discriminatory. It's an insult to women and to my grandmother. She doesn't want to be in a room with a male. I'm curious as what kind of protections, when people that have memory care issues, they get a little bit of dementia, they're a little bit more emotional, they get a little bit more frightened. I don't see anything in this bill that protects them, as well as them changing in front of someone in another room. If you can explain to me through you, Madam Speaker, when we talk about the ombudsman, what is their role in this through you?
Representative Shannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you. The ombudsman is there to receive any complaints and oversee the communications with between residents. Through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you. So would that person be able to file a complaint that they do not want this person sharing a room with them because of their sex, because they are male? Through you.
Representative Shannon.
Through you, Madam Speaker. Any resident is able to request a room change, and as I said previously, it is on the person that is making that complaint to be the one that would have to change their room if that request were to go through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you. And through you, Madam Speaker, did I hear you correctly when you said the person making the complaint would have to be the one to change their room? Through you.
Representative Shannon.
Through you, Madam Speaker, yes.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you. So I never ready to listen to this for one moment, okay? You are in assisted living, you are in a nursing home, you are paying privately maybe $10,000 a month to stay into that nursing home. A man comes in, a transgender, demands that they stay in your room. Gee, maybe they think my grandmother is good looking or whatever. Who knows? They want to share that room with a female, a biological female, because they think they are a biological female, even though that they are not. She has no recourse. There's nothing my grandmother or my family member can possibly do. She has to take that person in the room with them. Something happens, and she now has to file a complaint. I don't know, maybe he got up in the middle of the night and he urinated in something, you know, in the room. I don't know, anything could happen in assisted living. I worked in the one. And she files a complaint. She's got to move out. She has to be the one to move out. Am I understanding that correctly through you, Madam Speaker?
Representative Shannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you, yes.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, what a tangled web we weave in this building, that we would actually sit here and think that that is okay. That the person filing the complaint has to actually leave. I don't know, isn't there like whistleblower protections? Isn't it come with similar, you're a whistleblower and you make a complaint and you get fired or something happens? Isn't there any protections? Through you, Madam Speaker, what kind of protections do we have in this bill for the one filing the complaint? Through you.
Representative Shannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you, any resident can file a complaint with the Long-Term Care Ombudsman's office and go through the proper procedures that are put forward. Through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Of course they can file a complaint, anybody can. I'm just curious to find in here, because we're talking about ombudsman, what kind of protection the person that is filing the complaint has, either in this bill or in statute in the state of Connecticut.
Representative Shannon.
Through you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Through you, there are a lot of protections. I cannot list them all, but as I said, if somebody had a complaint and they were to file that complaint with the Long-Term Care Ombudsman, they are the ones that would then have to change rooms. If hypothetical, if you were living in an apartment building and your neighbor was very noisy and you filed a complaint against them, they would not make your neighbor move out of their own apartment. It would be on you, on that person who is filing a complaint, to change their residence. Through you.
Representative Mastrofrancesco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This conversation is so bizarre to me, that you are being harassed by somebody. You file a complaint. Now, don't forget, these are elderly people in a nursing home. Maybe you're paying privately for it. You are the one getting harassed. You are the one who files a complaint. And you are the one that is forced to move. Does anybody in this room think that's okay? It's not okay.